Hi, today I'll be showing you how to do serial dilution. So here we have 1 mole or 1.00 molar concentration of hydrochloric acid. Now you would need a volumetric flask because they're very precise. They have a marking here and it will tell you exactly how much volume you have. So this instrument here, this volumetric flask, is pretty precise to say 100 mils plus or minus 0.1 milliliter at 20 degrees Celsius. So very accurate instrument. If you're thinking about making more accurate serial dilution, you need to invest in volumetric flask. So here we see that the marking is right on top. It edges out here and it's telling you that this is exactly 100 mils. Now there is some error, plus and minus 0.1 mil error margin, so quite reliable for that. And then what you want to do, let's say you have 1 molar concentration and you want to make 0.1 molar concentration. So here I have another volumetric flask and I will label it. I'm going to make 0.100 molar concentration. Now there's 2 ways to do this. You can use a graduate cylinder. This one is 10 mils, plus or minus 0.2 milliliters. So this means that this is not a very accurate instrument. You can use it. You can pour 10 mils of 1 molar concentration and pour into there and add 90 milliliter of water, or up to that level here, up to that marking, to fit in 100 mils, and then you'll get 0.1 molar concentration. Okay, so I would advise you, if you want to do a more accurate serial dilution, instead of using the graduate cylinder, use a pipette, 10 mils pipette. This is a little bit more accurate. It's most likely plus or minus 0.1 mil instead of 0.2 mils. Okay, and one I would recommend. Now it's a bit tricky when using a pipette because you have this plastic bulb. You're trying to suck the water or the solution in there. Okay, let me show you right now. Like I said, it's a bit tricky. So we have 1 molar concentration, and then we're going to suck out 10 mils. There we go. Okay, so it's able to pull above the 10 mils, which is good. So now what we want to do is take it out, and then now this is a tricky part where you have to pull out. There we go. Okay, this is it. This is exactly 10 mils. Then what you do is you put it into the other volumetric flask that you want to serial dilute. That's good. There we go. Add the 10 mil in there. Okay, so there's a 10 mil 1 molar solution of hydrochloric acid. You should get everything out as much as you can. Okay, so there's 10 mils in here, and what you want to do next is to add the rest up to the marking here. Okay, then you'll get your rest of your 90. Okay, and then now the solution will be 0.1 molar concentration. So let's do that. Just be careful, you don't want to go over the line here. When you go over the line, then obviously this is not 0.1 molar concentration anymore. So we add 90 mils of water, or up to that line. Okay, so now this is where we want to be careful here. Make sure there's no bubble. Yep, okay, good. So if you look at the line, it's exactly lining up, the meniscus line up to that edge. So now we have exactly 0.100 molar concentration of hydrochloric acid. I went from 1 molar to 0.1. Let's do one more. Let's do the 0.01 molar concentration. Okay, now we have that 0.100 molar concentration. We're going to make 0.01 molar concentration. So exactly the same thing here. What we want to do is grab our pipette with the rubber bulb to suck the liquid out. Okay, make sure you squeeze tightly and then put into your 0.1 molar concentration of hydrochloric acid and pull it all the way to the top. There we go. Okay, so I have 10 mils, exactly 10 mils. Now I'm going to transfer to my 0.01 mole volumetric flask and put that 10 mils of 0.1 molar concentration. Okay. So we have 10 mils of 0.1 molar concentration in the 0.01 volumetric flask. Okay. So get as much water out as possible. Okay. And then we pour the rest with 90 mils of distilled water. A little bit more. Just make sure you don't go overboard here. Has to be exactly on the line. No, oh, there we go. Perfect. Okay, got it. Okay, so we got 90 mils of distilled water in this volumetric flask. I put in the 0.1 molar concentration with the 90 mils. Now this is 0.01 molar concentration of hydrochloric acid. And so you keep doing that if you want 0.001, 0.0001, and so on, and you're able to get, you know, as much diluted solution as you want using a very precise or accurate instrument like the volumetric flask. So very useful to have. I would get a couple of these for sure if you're doing zero dilution. I would say I recommend to get maybe 3 or 4, but I think, you know, just for normal labs, I think 2 or 3 is good enough. All right, so that's how you do zero dilution. You take the 10 mils of the concentrate, put in the empty volumetric flask, add the 90 mils, and you get a tenth of that, and you keep doing that, and you keep doing that, and you get a tenth, a tenth, a tenth, a tenth of that, and you'll dilute it down from 1 mole to 0.1 to 0.01, 0.001, 0.00001, and so on. Okay, pretty straightforward. But make sure you have the instrument for it, like the pipette. I think I would recommend. If not, you can still use the garage cylinder. It works as well, but you may not get the, you know, the accurate result as you wanted. But I think pipette is a better choice. Okay, thanks for watching EducateTube.com.